What's up, YouTube land? That Weird Collector here. Today, we're still in the movieverse, but we're moving hell of a lot more current. This is Transformers: Age of Extinction, Voyager class, Slog, who is basically a movie homage to Generation 1 Dinobot Sludge in every way of the word. So here is the packaging. Very nice picture of Slog. Really don't want to call him Slog, but I guess due to trademarks you can't call him Sludge. Age of Extinction logo. Transformers. Autobot symbol. Transformers. You know how the packaging goes. Autobot symbol. Copyright. Made in Vietnam. Interesting. Authentic! And on the back, you got a nice picture of Slog in robot mode with Slog in vehicle mode, looking ready to murder everything. And his bio, which you can't read, but Slog is low on brain power, even by Dinobot standards. But what Slog lacks in brain, he makes up for in brawn. Anything he tramples snaps under his massive feet. The Dinobots know that he can clear a path through any enemy line as long as they point him in the right direction first. So that's actually incredibly G1 accurate, because that's exactly who Slog was in Generation 1. He was the Brontosaurus, or a do they even? No, they didn't even say Brontosaurus, but now apparently using the Patasaurus. And also Autobot Drift, who I doubt I'll be picking up. So there's the box. And here is my first Voyager Dinobot, Slog, who is a silver, red, and black Apatosaurus. And honestly, at first glance, the proportions look ridiculous to me. I mean, look how tall these front legs are. I mean, of course, they're going to be the robot mode arms. But these are way too stumpy. I mean, it doesn't look like he can sit properly on all fours. Although it is nice to finally have a Voyager Dinobot, because frankly I don't want to buy Grimlock. Nice amount of detail. It is a movie toy. So, around the front, red spikes, tail, conspicuously hollow tail, really hollow tail, general beef, and yeah, I think I'd be scared of this roaming at me from afar, a gigantic Apatosaurus with murder death all over it. Speaking of that, I must grab the accessories, because I don't display him with his accessories. So, coming back, get Slog out of the way. Here we have his accessories. You got your standard lances, because that's what they were going for, the aesthetic wise. These are pretty cool. Nice amount of ridges on them with some weird handles. I don't know why you'd want to have hand guards with another peg on it, but oh well. You can, and they as I drop one, I do not believe that they can combine. Oh, never mind. You can do that. And you got these things which are apparently clubs. Hashtag I read TFWiki. So, you got weapon storage on this Dino mode, which, as usual, looks all hell ridiculous. So you take the lances, stick him in the pills by Dr. Dre on his neck. And plug the other one in. And there you have Rampaging Murder Death Justice Mode Part 1. And you are then supposed to attach these things onto his shoulders. Whatever, the robot mode shoulders. So there you go, and you got Apatosaurus of Murder, Death, Justice. And his, there. Murder, Death, Justice, Apatosaurus. Moving these, since this is a beast mode, we're gonna talk articulation. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. There we go. Articulation in the head and neck is pretty excellent. You got a hinge here. You got nice wide open mouth, which looks like he's screaming at you. That's creepy. Nice blue eyes. Again, with all the Dinobots, no light piping. Aw, saddy face. You got this bending right there. So make of that what you will. That's mostly for well, it's not even for robot mode actually. That's just to make this toy look horrible. Shoulders. You can move. You can bend forwards. You can bend backwards. This piece extends. And that piece extends. And you don't really want to use the outward motion on the back or hind legs, because that is where the robot mode legs are hidden. So they'll just move with you. So you want to use the knee, backwards and forwards, a thigh swivel that's really tight. I know that's a piece of posability, but yeah, you can move it, and you can move this little red fucker up. And now it's time for everyone's favorite drinking game. It's the return of the soft plastic drinking game. First off, this piece right here, soft plastic rubber. In the box, it's horribly bent at a really weird angle, so I just stick it in there to keep it flat. These spikes are soft plastic. This spine column right here is soft plastic. And actually, that's honestly it on Beast Mode. Surprisingly, it doesn't have as much soft plastic as I would have expected. The other Dinobots have tons of soft plastic, and he keeps fucking leaning. Oh yeah, and the neck can go twist there, which is pretty cool. Now, I've heard people describe the transformation as not fun. Here's looking at you, Bolt Matrix. But honestly, I enjoy any transformation. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to, first off, dislodge these. And this is my favorite part of it, in engineering. You rotate it and flick up this little spike. Rotate it to, where'd it go? Oh. Yep. Flip it up. Rotate until this little hole is forward. And peg this in there so it stays. And this just pegs in to right there. Stop right there. It's a peg in a slot. Peg in a slot. Yay! Or at least it's supposed to stay. Doesn't want to right now. I don't know why. There we go. And then you just fold out the foot. And it still doesn't want to stay. But there you got a leg done. Almost. Again, unhinge, wrap around, fold out the foot. There we go. There we go. Come on, Slog. Come on, Slog. Come on, Slog. What is up? What are you... Oh, that's why. His Dino Mode foot was up too high, so just peg it in. And then, there you go. Now, you have him like so. Supposedly, if I can get him. You want to twist, hinge, and fold the tail, because he's gonna stand up and twist and then twist the leg. So twist, hinge, twist, peg back into place, and there you have his lower half done, and some kind of ridiculous Gerwalk Apatosaurus mode. Now, you're going to want to fold up, and this is the most tricky part of the transformation. These shoulders are, you want to unpeg, so they come out, and you're going to want to, at the same time, fold this back, fold the whole Brontosaurus piece back down. Actually, you want to extend the shoulders that far. You want to, how was it? Now I can't remember where his kibble went, but yeah, there you go. You want the kibble pretty much looking like that, and then you want to hinge down so it's there, and it actually locks, it pegs in to these two holes right here. So just peg in and then fold that back, fold out. You want to hinge the shoulder section back so it stays right there, and this chest section stays there. So there you go. There's the other one. Fold out, and just fold out the hands, and you can extend these if you want. Fold out the fist. Keep the shoulder in place, and there you go. You got your Slog in robot mode. And I really like this robot mode. There's something about it. Maybe it's the barbarian aesthetic they went for that's really appealing to me, or just the ingenious leg transformation and the ridiculous out of proportion body. That for some reason I just like this robot mode. Here you come to the face sculpt, the only real thing that's new. Does he look like he's crying? He looks like he's... Is it just me, or does he look like he's really sad? I don't know. Maybe it's just the blue visor combined with the slant of it that makes him look sad, but I can't imagine a Dinobot being sad on the... Did I just say slad? Sad unless he's Slug. Slug is the depressed one. So I like the use of the tail as like a belt. That looks really cool. And overall, he's just a very nice looking robot. Now, posability is as follows. Head's on a ball joint. You can get a nice range of motion. This whole Brachiosaurus head, Apatosaurus, sorry, still has its articulation. You kind of don't want to use it, but here's what I meant. The in-package, the tail was, or this chest part was horribly mistransformed to look like that. And this piece just got incredibly warped, as you can probably tell. So I prefer not to keep it that way. I prefer it's up as like kind of a tail. You can call it a tail, I guess, but it's just kibble. His shoulders are on a series of joints. You got a nice 360 joint with a little bit of not bad in and out motion. You got a bicep swivel, you got an elbow, and you got a wrist up and down hinge. So he has the accursed gorilla arms. I don't care. I don't care. This, I think that works on a hulking berserker like Slog. Having gorilla arms fits his destructive characteristics. Actually, it fits most of the Dinobots' just destructive characteristics. He's got a waist joint. You can still use the double. You can still use this joint if you want to unpeg it, but I think that looks terrible. But that is an option to you, which is cool that they gave you options. Hips, nice range of motion. If you can get the tail out of the way, they can go straight forward. You can go straight back. Unfortunately, this is just kibble, and it gets in the way. It's on a hinge. It's on two hinges. In and out, nice motion. You got your thigh swivel now for robot mode, and decent knee joint. And you got your foot on a hinge due to transformation, so you can go all the way back. So posability overall, it's very nice on this guy. It's not perfect by any means, but it's pretty nice. And as I've said earlier, all the same Dino mode aesthetics and paint apps move over into robot mode. The only really thing hidden was the head, the hands, and the feet. So now we shall come back to the accessories. Of course, you got your two lances, which work in his hands, like so. And you can also use the undergrip for those most rare of lance motions. So you can have your option on hold. He is very floppy, I have to admit. That's one detriment I would give to Slog, is the hips are a little loose on mine, so therefore he doesn't like to stand very well. But here is your Slog wielding weapons. These really can't go in his hands. The peg is too small. But of course they can go on his shoulders as, I guess, like shoulder mounted missiles or clubs, apparently, if you want to call them that. I don't. I would like to think they're shoulder mounted missiles. That one is incredibly loose. His feet! His feet! Bloody hell, man, stand up! I know I'm Canadian, but I can at least rip off the English for something other than their language. So, overall, Slog is a very acceptable beast former with a unique and interesting transformation, a pretty good Beast mode slightly hampered by the hinge at the midsection and the proportion of the legs. And a pretty cool robot of Death, Fury, Justice with a Brontosaurus head, a Patasaurus sticking off the back. In conclusion, me likey Slog, you must get slogged. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.